I would love to do a 1, 2, 3 card reading, and I'm going to choose from my funny deck. And I don't know if you've seen me read from this deck before, but it's super different. And it's Morgan's Tarot. You're welcome, Karen. Thank you. It's Morgan's Tarot, and it's super wacky. And I first discovered it when I was in the Tarot Museum in Tokyo, Japan, which, by the way, if you go to Tokyo, I recommend you go, and you have to book in advance, just on a side note. So let me know if you are a number 1, number 2, number 3. Best way that I know to serve everybody just before I wrap as well, although I think I'll have time for another reading. And I've done some pretty strong readings within 5 minutes, I will say. So just 1, 2, or 3. Think of your question. Maybe you're just open to guidance and you just want to see what happens, what spirit has to say for you, to you. Okay. And this card deck, I also read it because it's really can be a little bit hard to read, and I like the challenge. Nothing like being challenged when you're live as well, which I always find very interesting. Okay, so let me know 1, 2, or 3. I don't see any 2s. See a few 1s, see a few 3s. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, or 3, and we will see what comes in. Okay, so number 1, this is saying you are a pawn, and this card has come through before. So if you're a number 1, I want you to listen here. You are a pawn. Now, this is a lovely way of saying that you are not taking control of your life enough. Does that resonate with you? Are you being clear about who you want to be and where you want to go? I know that I've been in situations before, work situations especially, before I worked for myself, where I really felt that I didn't have the power to leave that job, or that I was sort of stuck there, you know, in a way. And even though I loved what I was doing, when you're a pawn, you're kind of part of the system, aren't you? You're sort of going through the motions without realizing that you're a powerful, independent soul being. So, you know, being Lionsgate 888 today, and if you're in the States, 88 tomorrow, or North America, it's important that you remember that you are powerful, that you are in control of where you want your life to go. You know, if you wake up every day, when you wake up every day, if you wake up every day, when you wake up, you can set your day with intention. You can say, what do I want this day to look like? And one of the cool things to remember is that we can restart our day at any time. Right? Anytime something happens that's really not in alignment with us, where we're like, I don't want that to affect my day. Well, you don't have to. Remember, I was listening to a conversation that Oprah was having, and she was saying she was having an attitude problem about something. And so what she ended up doing is going and sitting in her closet until her attitude adjusted. You know, when you get cut off in traffic, or someone pisses you off because they do something, and you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, I could allow this to really make me have a bad day, or I can reset because I'm not a pawn. I actually am in control. But the thing is that you have to decide to embrace that power. Now, your angels and your spirit guides cannot connect to you unless you ask them. So just saying, hey, can you guys give me a break? Can you give me some help? Give me some support. Hey, show me the way. I'm ready for my next step. That invites in your guides and your angels, your higher self, to co-create with you. Okay, that's enough of that. Bye, Bridget. Thank you. All right, number 2. Here we go, my people. People number 2. Number 2 is Morgan's Tarot. Oh, wait a minute. I feel like that is actually, I'm going to choose a new number 2. I'm doing that because when I'm looking at it, it just looked to me as though it was the cover card and not an actual card. And sources saying, okay, so this is interesting because this is kind of very similar to the concept of you are a pawn. So if you were listening to the You Are the Pawn summary, I feel like there's a lot for you within this as well. And it says glob reigns. Glob reigns. See what I mean about this deck being a little bit difficult to read? So when we look at glob reigns here, what we're looking at is we're looking for the influence and the power that things are having on us. We're looking for whether or not the community that we're spending time with, the books that we're reading, the music we're listening to. Music, by the way, is a massive thing, you know, full of all those lyrics, all those affirmations really that comes through. So when we go, okay, glob rains, for me, I see this kind of mucky, slithery, kind of like oily kind of thing that's sort of starting to saturate, right? Almost all over us. It's like, oh no, globs raining. I don't want that to come through. So what you want to do is you want to start to notice, how do the people around you affect you? Do they lift you up? Do they make you feel good? Do they make you feel down? Do you feel drained? Do you feel that the relationship is a give and a give, you know, a give and a take on both sides? So this is a really big indication to start to pay attention to the influences that you are allowing to reign over you, kind of like an authority, you know, sort of like the monarchy, right? Something is trumping you. You are not a pawn. Remember, you are in control. You are powerful. You are able to shift and change this. It's just about you deciding that you really want to. So start to notice those influences and see whether or not they're creeping in where they shouldn't be. And remember that you can say no. You can stop to invite them in. Okay. For my people number 3, this is saying not unfolding the way it should, the universe. And we've got that nice little peace sign in the middle. And this card is really about, and this is number 3, and I really hope that you're hearing this, it's saying not unfolding the way it should, the universe. I want you to start to notice when you are going through life with ease and grace and flow and laughter and joy, and when you're not. And in my expert opinion, in my opinion for myself, and always running everything through your own filter to see whether or not it resonates with you, when we are paying attention to life as it flows, we are then hitting all the green lights. We're getting inspiration. We're getting deja vus. We're having coincidences. We think of someone and they call us. All of these magical things start to unfurl. When things are not unfolding the way that they should, when they're taking us off of our path, it's because we've maybe said yes to things we want to say no to. It's because maybe we haven't been noticing the signs that are pointing to go left and we go right. Maybe we're not in the present moment. We're focusing too much on the future or too much on the past that we forget, you know, what is happening here in the now moment. So this is a really big indication of you to start to notice when you are in flow with life and when you are not. And if you are not in flow, for me, if I'm not in flow, I'll have a nap, I'll meditate, I'll try something different, I'll take no action at all. I'll almost like wait until I'm very clear on the next step. And the next step can come through in a podcast episode. You might get that aha moment. You might have a book that falls in front of you at the library. A friend might say, hey, check out this new movie, or invite you to something. There will be something that happens. You may get a song that plays in your mind, you know, which is a sign from spirit. Go have a shower, you know, imagine the shower, the color coming through the top of the shower head, clearing and cleansing your energy. Have a salt bath, do some journaling. Meditation, as I said, is going to be a really great opportunity for you to reset. When you choose to start to pay attention to when things are flowing for you and when they're not, that's when you are empowered. That's when you are in power. That's when you are here in the now moment and you can choose a different direction. So let me know whether or not that resonated with you. I'm actually going to wrap up because I feel like this is my time. And I want to thank you very much for joining me today. If you haven't already, please do sign up for my free masterclass. I've put a link to it there in the comments. I want to